everybody at Taos Academy seems to be just really loving and caring, and they all seem to say, you know what, we should put our differences aside and just be who we are here.
This project is about PFLAG Taos and the LGBTQ community. But it's also about the struggle of finding out who you are and how much a strong, supportive community can help you find out who you are. At Taos Academy, we have a strong, supportive community, and people don't judge you for who you are, and that helps you find out who you actually are. And so I hope you enjoy.
It's the friends and family of gays and lesbians.
To my knowledge, PFLAG is a community of LGBT and also people who are straight, who believe that everybody should have the same rights to live and love.
Yeah, I was, and it was an interesting experience because I remember a lot of people really didn't know, and I came out in my, it was my senior year in high school. And when I first came out, it spread around the school like wildfire because everyone was really surprised. And I remember hearing the comment, in my math class, that the person next to me, they thought he was gay because he was more stereotypically gay. He was more feminine than I was and all that. And so that was hurtful. And then just things like that. I remember one time coming in to the school, and I was running late. And one of the kids just shouted faggot at me, and so that was not fun.
I'd be really feisty about it, I think that you encounter discrimination as a woman or as someone who's perceived as gay or whatever that thing is. And so I would imagine that in those instances I would try to be understanding, but I would also put forth what the appropriate thing is, and policy says that that's illegal.
I have been discriminated against for, different reasons all around, and bullied, and it doesn't feel good. And I try to offer support for other people who are bullied or discriminated against wherever I can.
Yeah, a lot in Taos.
A lot in Taos. Can you give specific instances?
Like some family here and there.
Yes, I believe that everyone is different, but at the same time we're all the same, and as far as anything goes, you shouldn't discriminate against people because it's just not cool, pretty much.
Your gender or your sexuality shouldn't determine your rights in life. So, regardless, gender or sexuality, you should all have the same rights.
All people, no matter what religion, gender, or favorite ice cream, should have the same rights, yes.
Growing up around here, I've definitely seen it develop into a more accepting kind of community. As a kid, actually, I didn't realize what the word gay meant until probably about 6th grade, public school, because I attended a Catholic school beforehand. So I was very private, and I didn't really know a lot what was going on around me. So I've definitely seen from people acting negatively to it to now a lot more positive.
I don't know, it's okay. I approve of it because my parents are gay, and they couldn't get married for 4 years or something, but now they can. Who knows if they actually will, but it's just nice to know that they can.
Marriage is weird. It's just like, hey, let's attach ourselves forever. So yeah, if gay people want to do that, they should be able to do that.
I think as anyone else should think of it as, it should be all right. It's just people want to get married. It's okay.
I listened to her.
I approve of it. If if I didn't. That'd be kind of bad because of my parents, but you know.
I think it's fine. Actually, it's a good thing. There's a lot of children out there that need a home, and they can help provide for that.
Save the children.
I believe if two people love each other, whether they're gay or not, that the love should be firm and two people be ready to raise a child and know the responsibilities of what that takes, no matter what their preference of gender is in a relationship. That foundation of love has to be there, otherwise the child will never feel secure. So that's first and foremost, no matter who you are.
It's different.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Like, it's different. Like, you can't be open.
So you
people.
feel more discriminated against?
Yes, I do.
At what point did you know you were gay?
It was like in 5th grade.
Growing up in Taos as a gay person is kind of an interesting experience because even from when I moved here, I noticed that like there was a lot of like homophobia in the community, and so that made it hard to like necessarily like express myself the way I wanted to be.
It's not really that different, other than you can act as weird as possible around your really close friends.
Can't you do that anyway?
Yeah, but they can't but they can judge you that way and call you gay.
Mm.
And then if they call you gay, you can specifically yell in your face that they're bi. Only my mom knows, and she doesn't really care.
Coming out to my parents, fortunately, was fairly easy. My dad had been a social advocate for LGBT rights in Los Angeles, so that made it fairly easy coming out to him and saying, hey, you know, I like guys, and so that was pretty easy. But yeah, family was fairly easy, and my friends were really good about it, but the community as a general was a little challenging.
So I have, when I was 20 years old, I came out to my parents, so I know exactly what they would say. And they were super upset, and they disowned me for a little while. And yeah, and it took a while for us to work through it.
Is your family supportive of you being gay?
For the most part, yes.
The friends that they've told me their coming out story to their parents, I've never had any negative reactions. In fact, one of my friends currently in college said that him and his parents were going out to eat, and he thought it was a perfect time to tell them. So he did, and his mom responded, oh, that's cool, do you still want to go eat? So that obviously, you know, was a sort of humor, and it obviously showed me that she was chill with it.
I have so many. Yes.
And how do you feel about them?
I love them dearly, and they do sometimes get a little bit of like a special space in my heart because they are homosexual, and that's just how I am.
My Uncle Joey. How do you feel about your uncle? Like, what's your opinion? Nothing.
I have a ton of gay friends, and I don't think they're any different than any of my straight friends. They're all really great people, and they all have relationship troubles and toils that we all have. They're people, nonetheless. So.
Oh, I have a million friends. Some of my best friends are gay.
I would say that, like, in terms of my identity, I was fairly aware of my identity really early on. Like, I remember even in, like, middle school, like, I was, like, never attracted to girls, and so it was just, I remember there was one guy in my math class I really liked, and this was in, like, 7th grade, and it's this cute little first crush. And, yeah, so, I mean, I never really struggled to, like, try and find my identity. It just was, like, there for me. So it was more just, like, finding acceptance in a community I could be with that was harder for me. So.
I believe it does depend on the circumstances that they're in. It's great to experiment, because if you don't experiment, then you don't learn. And I believe that that's one of the processes you need to go through in order to find out really who you think you are. Yeah.
remember when I first was trying to like find places that like I felt safe as a gay person. Like I didn't really think of any places or could know of any places. And then I stumbled upon PFLAG Taos one day when Anouk Ellis, she's the founder, and she had started PFLAG Taos in honor of her son who had gone through a lot of bullying when he was in the high school. And that was one of the first safe spaces I had ever been to. So that was really nice to be able to express myself there. And so when I was part of PFLAG, I eventually became like the youth liaison to the board of directors for PFLAG Taos, and so that was really good. And then PFLAG Taos also helped me start the GSA at the high school, and together we made a safe space, at least in the high school, for students who are LGBTQ. So yeah, PFLAG has been a huge help.
Being an ally means to stand up, to be the voice that they don't have, and to give them a safe place to go. And that's exactly what I do. Is I have a lot of friends that come to me only with certain things because they don't feel safe anywhere else.
I feel comfortable being gay here.
Here?
Yes.
I mean, in every school, there are always going to be different people. You know, there are going to be people who have different opinions than you. In Taos Academy, everybody seems to accept you for who you are more. I mean, there are still going to be people who don't think being gay is right because of what they've been taught. Do other students treat you differently, do you think?
No.
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 So you feel really accepted here?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the climate at Taos Academy? Do you think that students feel comfortable to be themselves, regardless if they're gay or not?
I feel like the people who run the school work really hard to make it a safe place, and the people who work at the school, like me, I have a ton of respect for Taos Academy and for the people who run it, and I try to hold that space as well. And I think Taos Academy is a great place where hopefully you all, the people here, are learning like everyone gets to be who they are, and we don't get to harm each other, and everybody has inherent worth and deserves to be cared for. So
Thank you so much.
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
As one of the founders of Taos Academy, it's imperative to us as a team to have a safe environment for our students. And we've done several things in designing the school to make that happen. We have a very clear discipline policy that we follow to the letter, and we have zero tolerance for bullying at our school.
And as director of Taos Academy and also co-founder with Karen, it is important for us to continue to uphold a safe environment for all students and staff at Taos Academy. And the way we have decided to do this is to have each student and each staff member sign a contract that they uphold the policies and values of being in a safe environment, learning in a safe environment, working in a safe environment.
And we try to spell that out with the kids. We have morning meetings where we let them know specifically what we're talking about. No put downs, no intimidation. We talk about cyberbullying. We talk about not only different types of bullying, but also what are the consequences, so that kids fully understand what that means. And then we ask for their commitment for each of them to take part in promoting a safe environment at our school and sign the contract committing to that.
By working on a school-wide contract, we have heard back from our students and have affirmation that our new system is working.
Yeah.
And students are able to verbalize that they feel safe in their learning environment, as well as feeling safe for who they are and who they'd like to be and what kind of learner they would like to be.
We think that Taos Academy has built a solid foundation for students to learn and grow.
I guess the one thing I really want to say is that even if it like looks bad for you now, it does get better for you. And so just keep that in mind, that it's going to get better. And even Taos has done a lot of progress in the past 10 years. When I first moved here, I knew very few openly LGBT people, and now even excluding the people I met from like PFLAG and LGBT organizations, I now know a lot more open and out people. So it means we've come a long way, and so eventually it'll be much better, and it will continue moving, and it'll get better. So thank you.
Thank you.